Robert, and I'm here to show you my secret love spell that will make any man you choose feel instantly hungry and thirsty for your love. So hungry that he'll feel hot blood rushing through his veins at the very mention of your name. And this will happen not in years or months, but as early as tonight. How is that even possible, you ask? That's because this is backed by proper scientific research and isn't voodoo or magic. In fact, it is something even better than that. And I want you to test this out for yourself today. Here's what I mean. Listen to what I have to say till the very end. Then just pick a man. Any man, actually. Even that man who doesn't like you or has flat out rejected you. Just casually use my secret love spell on him and then watch him spend every hour, minute, and second of each day letting you know how much he loves, craves, and adores you. You can also use it on that commitment-phobic player who isn't ready to marry you, and then see how quickly he starts counting down the days until he gets to see you in a wedding dress and turn you into his wife. You can even use it on your ex-boyfriend who has gone into the arms of another woman and make him feel drawn to you as if there was a piece of elastic pulling him towards you. And if you're still single, then my secret love spell will cause really handsome, amazing, and wonderful men to fight for your attention like wild jungle animals. All this kind of sounds a little evil and unbelievable, doesn't it? Well, it's all possible, and you'll be able to do this starting minutes from now. How can I be so sure, you ask? Well, because it was actually used on me. Here's what happened. This makes me feel oddly foolish, but I have a well-earned reputation of being a womanizer. And without getting into too many creepy details, let's just say that I never felt at ease unless I had a new, extremely hot woman next to me every evening. I know it was a nasty habit, but I loved every minute of it. I loved how I had this way with women where I barely even tried, yet even the hottest woman would easily and willingly fall into my lap. I had such a large number of women throwing themselves at me that I never wanted to be tied down by just one woman. Heck, I actually believed that the very idea of love was just plain silly. But all that changed when I had the strangest encounter of my life. One evening, I was sitting at a cafeteria when I saw this tall blonde in a red dress looking in my direction with a curious smile. Being a natural flirt at heart, I quickly made my way to her table to introduce myself. The closer I walked, I couldn't help but notice how gorgeous she was. Deep blue eyes, flawless complexion, gorgeous, lush hair, and her body showed off all the curves that a woman should have. I was so mesmerized by her beauty that I didn't even notice her friend who was sitting next to her, and I stupidly started babbling like a 14-year-old teenager who just stumbled upon his first big crush. After about a minute or two into the conversation, I heard a slightly agitated female voice saying, "Hello, you guys, I'm here too." Then her friend stretched her right hand towards me and said, "Hi, I'm Simone." On a quick glance, I noticed that Simone had a round little face and didn't have any delicate curves like her friend. Honestly, she completely paled in comparison to the sheer attractiveness of her friend. I tried to pull my attention back to the hot blonde, but then Simone said something to me so mesmerizing that I couldn't move and was literally stuck in my chair. I sat there staring at her with an unblinking intensity as her words continued to consume me and every part of me. Although she didn't impress me at first, but now I felt a strange attraction to her that I couldn't explain. Suddenly, everything about her, everything she did, struck a chord within me. Every time she innocently smiled and dimples popped on her cheeks, my heart would literally jump as if somebody had tickled it. I was having my own little moment of pleasure. I noticed her soft, graceful fingers as she delicately picked up her cup of coffee and felt a delicious sensation in my stomach each time her cherry lips met the cup. I knew I was making a fool of myself staring at her like this, but I was unable to pull my eyes away from her. I was so lost in her words that the world around me faded. Heck, it had been several hours and I didn't even notice that the tall blonde had left in a huff feeling ignored. And my moment was ruined when suddenly Simone's phone rang and she had to leave too. So like all good things, the evening came to an end, far too quickly. As we left the cafeteria and walked to the cars, I just kept staring at her, thinking how badly I wanted to touch her, feel her, and run my fingers through her soft, long hair. But my dream was quickly shattered when she only gave me a quick little hug along with her phone number. And even with that, I felt like I'd won a big award. Over the next few days, I spent every moment just lost in thoughts of Simone, I wasn't even able to ignore her for an hour. Between fantasizing about her, talking to her, and being with her, I didn't do too much more. It seemed like the more time I spent with her, the more I started falling for her and falling hard. Now the idea of other women felt like a waste of time. I couldn't get myself to feel anything for them. But whenever I looked at Simone, it just felt different. It felt right. One evening, we were walking hand in hand by the beach, and I politely asked her for a kiss. She smiled and said yes. The moment our lips met, I knew my heart was no longer mine, and I'd finally found my future. In a sudden rush, my true feelings came flooding out as I stared deep into her eyes and said, I think I've fallen in love with you, and I don't know how it happened so soon. You are absolutely perfect and the best thing to ever happen to me. But suddenly, I saw her expression change to worry. She was twisting her feet in, kicking the sand as though she were about to tell me there was someone else. But then, she looked up at me and said, Look, I really like you too, okay? But I've been keeping a secret from you, and I don't want it to change how you feel about me, as I only did it because I cared. What secret? I asked nervously. You're going to think this is really crazy, but I am secretly a female dating coach where I coach everyday regular women the art of attracting and keeping the man of their dreams, and I do it using something called Lovetraction Lines. And I've kind of been using these lines on you. That's it? I asked. Listen, Simone, hearing all this makes you even sexier in my eyes, because what you gave me is exactly what every man wants in a woman, but will never say openly. You stole my heart with words, and you've made me feel that deep love that can only be felt, never explained. What else could a man ever ask for? But now I wanted to know who taught her all this. Simone told me that many years ago, just out of pure curiosity, she was looking into the subject of casting love spells, but stumbled upon something even better. She met a professional thought reader. No, he wasn't a fortune teller or palm reader, but he was a master at many hypnosis tricks. Simone saw him do something unbelievable and honestly unexpected with the power of hypnosis. This man whispered a simple little line into Simone's ear, and in less than 3 minutes, Simone started giggling like a little schoolgirl and just kept laughing over and over again. It was nothing short of magic, and when Simone asked this teacher to explain how he did that, what he told her changed her life forever. He explained that this wasn't magic or fancy play of words. Rather, it had to do with the human brain chemistry. After years of scientific research, it had been concluded that our brains come pre-wired to respond predictably to certain universal symbols and words. You know how we unconsciously know that red means stop and green means go? Our minds are biologically wired to respond predictably to certain universal words or lines as well. At that point, Simone interrupted him and asked, If you can get me to do anything you want using a simple little line without any resistance, do you have something like this for my love life? Can I actually use these lines on a man and make him fall for me? Of course you can, he said. In fact, you can create any feeling you desire within a man, even feelings of love, infatuation, or addiction, he added. He further explained that some lines are known to directly trigger a man's romantic nervous system. When a man hears these specific lines, his brain immediately releases phenylethylamine throughout his body. This is also known as the love hormone and causes him to feel instantly in love. You know that feeling where your breath gets heavy, skin feels warm, and goosebumps rise within you when you've fallen for someone? These lines trigger those exact feelings almost instantly. At that point, Simone made it her mission to learn everything this teacher had to teach. After about 2 years of studying under him, she carefully took notes, wrote day and night, and finally had a complete guidebook of simple little lines and started calling them Lovetraction Lines because of how rapidly it made every man feel love and attraction towards her. But you see, Simone's goal was to keep her lips absolutely sealed with this secret. But seeing how every man suddenly had a mighty crush on Simone, her friends knew something was up. Within no time, her friends started gossiping and Simone's secret spread like wildfire across quite a large number of women. Her phone started ringing off the hook and her inbox was full of emails from women asking her to share these Lovetraction Lines with them. Much against her will, she was forced to share it with a small number of women. She first shared her attraction meow line with a 38-year-old woman named Jenny, who was stuck with a man who clearly told her that he wasn't looking for a relationship right now. Within 48 hours of using this line, as Jenny was stepping into her car, this same man appeared out of nowhere. pulled her towards him, kissed her gently, and said, "All night I've been imagining us being together. I'm falling for you like I've never fallen for anyone before and need you in my life." And then he talked about moving in with her. Then there was a 53-year-old woman named Gabrielle who went on a date with this young stockbroker. He was handsome, wonderful, and in a sense, the whole package. But after the date, this man texted Gabrielle with a message that read, "Sorry if I gave you the wrong impression, but I'm not interested in another date." She gave Gabrielle her precious honey bunch line, and within a couple of hours of using this line, this man was blowing up her phone, telling her things like, "We fit so well together. Our chemistry is like none other. Can I please take you to dinner tonight?" And then there was Nancy, who had fallen head over heels in love with a player, who had broken her heart more times than she could recall. She gave her the emotion devotion line, and much to her surprise, this same man cut off contact with every other woman within a week and told her, "I want to be with you, hold you, love you, and protect you. From this point on, I want to spend every living moment with you and only you." And they're getting married next month. After seeing so much demand, Simone decided to open her doors to help more women. Until now, she's helped over 391 women ranging from 18 to even 80 years old. And for a while, she was happy taking in all these women. But then she told me that it was just too much for her. A very large waiting list had formed, and this list of impatient and hungry women grew as more and more ladies became desperate to get access to these Lovetraction lines. With limited time and resources, she just couldn't help them all. Plus, the never-ending calls she was receiving from women begged to be coached were getting to be too much. Her story touched me so deeply that now I was inspired to help her, and I reminded her that the answer she needed was right in front of her. I asked her to turn all her knowledge into an online course. That way, she'd be able to reach every woman who needs her advice. And that's how the Lovetraction Lines online course was born. This means within a few minutes from now, you'd be able to use these Lovetraction lines on that one special man. And watch as he falls deeply and madly in love with you, almost like a hormone-driven teenager. And this works in all kinds of relationships, and even on that difficult man who might have rejected you in the past. But there is a small problem, and that is this. These Lovetraction lines are just too easy to use. So easy that it's slightly dangerous. Honestly, I'm ashamed to say this, but one woman misused these lines to make a man leave his wife and come live with her, and even made him pay for her house, car, and other expenses. Therefore, I need to warn you, I can't allow you to use these lines for evil purposes. So please, only continue to watch this presentation if you promise to never abuse this power. Alright, here's a tiny glimpse of exactly what you'll learn, and almost mind-bogglingly insane results you'll get when you get Lovetraction Lines online course today. Do you know about the soulmate mishmash line? This instantly makes a man convince himself that you are the one he's meant to share his life with, even if it's the same man who was never going to marry you. Now every time he'll look at you, he'll know in his heart of hearts that you're the woman he wants to grow old with. We'll keep bringing up the future and we'll ask you to be his bride. Is there a man you secretly desire and dream of having as your boyfriend who seems miles outside of your league? Try the precious honey bunch line on him and watch how he starts to shamelessly chase you and secretly spends his days wondering if you like him, if you ever think of him, if you find him attractive and will desire you more than he has desired any woman before. Do you know about the intimacy yoo-hoo line? This makes a man feel so emotionally connected to you that he'll just want to pick you up in his arms and spin you around all day long. He'll look at you as though you were the most beautiful woman he'd ever seen. He'll listen to you as if every word out of your mouth was more important than life itself. And he'll spend every moment trying to make you feel more desirable, protected, and beautiful than ever before. Have you ever given yourself completely to a man, only to feel used, lost, and hurt, because he doesn't see you as more than a fling? The emotion devotion line will make him crave you like a drug addict craves heroin. He'll candidly tell you things like, "Other women can never replace the love and joy I feel when you hold me with those soft hands and look at me with those innocent eyes. I really need you in my life." Do you fear that you've ruined your chances with a great guy by sleeping with him too early? Use the sensation grand slam line on him and watch how he suddenly feels this new, different, and much stronger love for you. So strong that every morning his first desire will be to pick up the phone and tell you, "I love you," 1,000,000 times. Did he reject you for another woman? Use the rejection squish squash line and watch how he suddenly finds himself missing you so badly that every moment away from you will be like pure hell and torture for him. Now his only wish would be to run straight to you, wrap his arms and legs around you, and squeeze you tight. Do you feel unloved and neglected by your man? The fire in the belly line will reignite his feelings so rapidly that he would just sit next to you in silence and will stare at you for hours in loving obsession. From the moment he wakes up till he goes to bed, he will constantly make you feel loved and desired, as if you're the most gorgeous woman in the whole wide world. Do you know about the blind sweetheart line? Use it on that wishy-washy man who doesn't find you that appealing, and then watch how he suddenly feels so sure about you that he's ready to give himself completely to you. Within no time, he will find his hands longing to touch you, his lips craving to kiss you, and he will feel like the luckiest and happiest person in the world around you. Is he keeping his options open and dating other women? Use the slap of love line on him and watch how he feels that you are his one and only. Finds you perfect in every possible way and tells you you are more precious than life itself. I want my whole world to begin and end with you. You're the only one I need in my life. Next, the light of my life line will make your ex convince himself that returning back to you is going to be the best decision of his life. His mind will replay all the amazing moments you two spent together, like a beautiful movie. And all his negative memories of you will rapidly fade away into the background until he feels strong urges to run to your house and almost beg you to take him back. You'll also discover exactly how to become the woman who turns him on in ways which go beyond just physical realms by using the secret hanky-panky line. The moment he'll hear this, his cheeks will flush and his eyes will brighten up. Suddenly, he'll pull you close to place a tickling row of kisses down your neck, while he declares how he secretly wants to worship your whole body from your head right down to your toes. I'll also show you the attraction meow line that you can use on that stubborn man who has either pushed you into the friend zone or can't see himself ever being in a relationship with you. Now he'll feel utterly convinced that you have all the right things he's been looking for in a woman, and won't be able to stay away from you because it won't be within his control. Do you know that you can make a man do almost anything and fulfill all your wishes by using the Queen of My Heart line? This will inspire him to be the best man he can possibly be. He'll want to be the man who will protect you and fight for you, the man who will love you unconditionally and will literally beg you to express your needs just so he could fulfill them. Honestly, I could keep talking for the next 2 days, and that still won't be enough to cover every amazing thing you're going to learn in this course. So now it's time to ask you the most important question. Are you ready? Are you ready to use these Lovetraction lines and have that one special man tell you that you are the best woman a man can ever ask for? To have him fall so deeply in love that he will never want anyone else's touch but yours? Since you're still here, I know the answer is definitely yes. Now, if you were to attend one of Simone's invitation-only secret seminars, it would cost you $497. And even at that price, this information is an absolute steal. And her plan was to price this course at $497. However, a couple of months ago, Simone got an email from a woman who had her 6-year fiancé walk out on her without saying a word. Honestly, to me, it's the worst kind of rejection because you never even get to know the reason why they left you. This woman was freaked out, stressed out, and was begging Simone to bring the price down because she really needed this but was financially tight. It's really painful for Simone to hear from these women because deep down she knows that they really need this information, but just can't get themselves to conjure up that kind of money. So I have forced Simone to do something, but only for a very short amount of time, and for the first few women only. On her behalf, I've created a secure and private online website where you can get access to Lovetraction Lines course within 5 minutes from now. And just because you're one of the first lucky ones watching this presentation, I've put this course on a limited time sale that I'm calling the Now or Never sale. This means you won't have to pay a full price of $497. In fact, you won't even have to pay $297. As insane as it sounds, I'll let you have the complete Lovetraction Lines course at a heavily discounted price of just $97. But wait, as a part of this now or never sale, if you hit the Add to Cart button below right now and enroll, I'll knock off another 50%, and you can have the complete Lovetraction Lines online course for just $47. Yes, that's correct. You get it all for a one-time payment of only $47. You save $450 from the original $497 price tag, and that's a colossal 90% discount. But wait, I know you've worked hard for your money. Therefore, let me make it worth every penny for you. I am so certain that these Lovetraction Lines will make any man feel a hormonal level of attraction for you that I'm ready to take all the risk away from you. Here's what I mean. Click the Add to Cart button below and enroll in the Lovetraction Lines program right now. Then, spend no more than just one evening going through these fun, easy, and extremely effective lines. Next, observe for yourself how easily you're able to make that one special man love you and every little thing about you. Now he will smile at you like he's never smiled before, look at you like he's never looked before, and will openly tell you that he desperately wants, craves, and actually needs you and only you. If over the next 60 days you don't notice that almost every man gets butterflies in his stomach around you and needs you in his life more than he needs to breathe, or you don't like the program for any reason, although I know that is never going to happen, I want you to send me an email at help@lovetraction.com, and I'll be glad to give you a full, no questions asked refund. And I'll still thank you for at least giving this a try. Are you wondering how Simone can afford to make an outrageous guarantee like that? Well, in all honesty, she's putting her neck on the line and can easily go absolutely broke with a guarantee like this. But both her and I are not worried. We're not worried because I know that the moment you use these Lovetraction Lines on that one special man and see how quickly and rapidly feelings of pure love for you take over his body, you'll be writing emails of praises and thank yous to us rather than asking for your money back. So this isn't really something which worries us too much. And as a part of the Now or Never sale, let me do something even more spectacular for you and give you another fat and gigantic reason why you absolutely must act right now. As a part of this special Now or Never sale, Simone is going to flat out give you 3 super bonuses worth $111 once you enroll in the Lovetraction Lines course right now. First, you'll get her Tiger by the Tail method report worth $37 in value. Are you stuck in a complex situation because there is another woman in the picture and your man seems to like her a lot more than he likes you? The Tiger by the Tail method will make him feel that his heart belongs to you and will evoke that special feeling within him which makes him feel like he's starting to fall in love with you all over again. In fact, he will start to feel a little turned off by the very idea of other women and will tell you that you are the only woman he wishes to hold on to for the rest of his life. Next, you'll get the Crystal Ball report worth $37 as well. Do you really, really like a guy and feel that the two of you will be absolutely perfect together, but he can't see that and just isn't ready to get into a relationship with you? The Crystal Ball method triggers a hidden loophole in his mind as his secret commitment instinct. This leads to a spontaneous reaction in his brain. His heart will start to beat faster, his pulse will begin to race, and he will find himself constantly pursuing you, needing you, and wanting you all the time. And finally, you'll get the Mind Switchover report worth $37 in value as well. Would you like your man to always do what you expect him to do or change his mind about something? The Mind Switch method will give you almost hypnotic powers over him. Use this method when he's pulling away, and almost instantly, he will desire you with a sudden fierceness that he has never known before. Every minute of every single day, he will just experience an intense and almost overwhelming urge to fulfill your needs, and will ensure that a smile never leaves your face. Okay, now let's do some simple math. You're getting the Lovetraction Lines program worth $497, the Tiger by the Tail method report worth $37, the Crystal Ball report worth $37, and finally, the Mind Switchover report worth another $37, which comes to a combined total of $608 for all the courses. But today, as part of this special Now or Never sale, you're getting everything at a ridiculously low price of just $47, which is an almost 93% discount. But the whole idea of now or never sale means that you have to act right now, which means this very moment. You see, it means exactly what it says. It's either now or never. Many women have paid Simone $497 in the past and even had to wait many months to finally get a spot in her seminar. She's terribly concerned and scared that her previous clients might find out about this. Therefore, we're basically working on a first-come, first-served basis, and the slots are going to be limited. Since you're still watching this video, it means that your slot is still open, and this is your chance to access the program. However, if you need to think it over and are planning on coming back later, then we'll probably offer your slot to someone else, and you might not be able to access this program at all. It's possible that we might shut down access to this course soon. Maybe even in the next couple of hours. I just can't promise anything. There are a large number of women currently watching this video, and if you don't act by the end of this video, then we'll be forced to offer your slot to someone else, and you will miss out on your one and only chance. So here's what I need you to do now. Simply click the Add to Cart button below, and we'll guide you through the whole checkout process. We accept credit card, debit card, or PayPal, and the whole process is extremely simple and completely safe. Because our payment processor, ClickBank, uses a secure server which keeps your information completely confidential and secure. In fact, it's far more secure than using your credit card at a shopping mall, restaurant, or a gas station. Once you enter your payment details, you will be instantly taken to a download page where you will be given immediate access to the complete Lovetraction Lines program along with the bonuses. Good enough? So, now it's time to decide. Are you in or are you out? We're at a stage where you need to make a choice, and you only have two choices. The first choice is that you listen to the inner skeptic within you and leave this page. Completely forget that I ever told you about Lovetraction Lines, and go back to spending your days the same old way where you wait and watch time go by each day, hoping and praying that someday, by pure luck or accident, that one special man might care for you. And maybe, just maybe, give you the love you've always dreamed of. Now that sounds really painful, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't have to be, because you could make the completely painless, smart, and the most correct choice, which is the second choice, by clicking the Add to Cart button below and enrolling in the Lovetraction Lines program right now. And by as early as tonight, watch that one special man feel so maddeningly in love with you that he keeps saying, "I love you," until your cheeks turn red with blushing. And to top it all, you have a full 60 days to try this out, so you have absolutely zero risk. The whole course is extremely fun and ridiculously easy. I mean, you can go through it in less than one evening. So hit the Add to Cart button below and get started right away. But if you have some part of you saying, let me think about this, or I'll come back to this later, then I need to warn you once again. This now or never sale won't be live forever. It's possible that you might leave this page and return after a couple of hours, only to discover that all the slots have been filled and your one and only chance to get this course at $47 is gone forever. And get this, if you're thinking about the money, then let me assure you that you will lose thousands upon thousands of dollars if you let this opportunity pass you by. How do I know? Well, I've seen women adjust their whole lifestyle and change their whole world around just to please that one special man. I've seen them spend a fortune on a trip to the hairdressers. I've seen them spending several hours on money and shopping for the right dress. And some women try their hardest by getting gym memberships and follow extreme diets to make themselves sexy enough for that one special man. Eventually, it adds up to thousands upon thousands of dollars. And sure, these superficial things might catch his attention and interest for a while, but it will never be enough to make him stay in love with you. You see, the only thing which matters is how he feels about you. And these Lovetraction Lines will help you trigger the right kind of feelings within him. Because when his feelings for you change, he will love you unconditionally without expecting you to change yourself. You will naturally turn into the most beautiful woman to him, even when you have mornings with messy hair, puffy face, and no makeup. And you can make it happen with investing a tiny amount of just $47. Plus, if you think about it, what can you really buy with $47? Maybe a trip to the hairdressers, although we know it's going to be way more than $47. Maybe dinner for two, maybe a bottle of perfume or a pair of shoes. Now compare that to what I'm offering you here. You are getting something which will permanently change your life for the better at a teeny-weeny investment of $47. Honestly, this should be the easiest decision you've ever made, because this information will last you a lifetime and will be with you forever. It will continue to help you till the day you die. In short, it's a gift which keeps on giving. So hit the Add to Cart button below and take advantage of this amazing opportunity right now. But if you still have doubts, just think for a second. Let's say you pass this opportunity and wave goodbye to your one and only chance to getting access to this information. Actually, it's completely all right if that's what you wish to do. But seriously think, what is this coming week going to look like for you? Are you going to wake up with your head resting on the chest of that one special man, as he lovingly holds you and confesses that he will continue to love you for the rest of his life? Or are you going to wake up with that same ugly soreness in the pit of your stomach, worried out of your mind because you just can't get that one special man to love you the way you love him? Look, nothing will change unless you are ready to make a change. And if you don't do something about it now, things will continue to get worse and worse for you. I've seen so many women put important things on the back burner. But let me ask you another really important question. Will things really get easier if you wait? Do you have unlimited years? Are you going to live forever? Both you and I know that we are on this planet for a limited number of years, and we aren't going to be here forever. Therefore, the last thing you should ever do is wait. There is not a better time than now. If things are bad now, they won't be less painful in the future. In fact, they're bound to be more painful unless you do something about it. Therefore, the key is to do something about it right now. So hit the Add to Cart button below and act right now. I know I've said a lot, but let me just say one final thing. In whatever little time we've had together, I've shown you three very important things. The first thing, I've shown you that by using simple little lines, you can easily make any man desperately want, crave, and actually need you, and only you. Even if he hated you so far, or even if he has gone into the arms of another woman. The second thing, I've also shown you that these lines are called Lovetraction Lines, and you can get access to them literally 5 minutes from now by clicking the Add to Cart button below. And finally, the third thing, you also understand and agree that these lines don't require you to do any major work on your part. All you need to do is use these lines on a man either face-to-face or via email or text, and within no time, you'll have him telling you how he desperately needs to be near you, craves to impress you, and wishes to lure you into his life. So now, since you agree with all these points, don't you think it's a good idea to at least try out this program? I mean, what do you have to lose anyway? With the risk-free guarantee, you'll get 60 full days to test drive this program. Therefore, you have absolutely nothing to lose. And once again, I could go on, but I believe you've heard enough. So go hit that Add to Cart button below, and I'll see you on the inside.